CIIS, and life membership of International Associations of Engineers and International Associations of Risk and Compliance Professionals. Since 2016, he is serving as a SAE faculty advisor of Karuna University, Coimbatore, and also he has been selected as a SAE India Expert Speaker Panel member. He has participated in more than 45 FDP, including workshop, seminar, and has organized one national and international workshop. His main area of interest, including biodiesel, is alternative fuels and automotive. So, welcome, sir. Now, over to you, sir. Please continue. Dr. M. Suresh, sir.
Sir, is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you allow host? If you allow, sir, yeah, fine. Shall I stop my video?
Choice
Shall I
is yours.
stop my- Yeah, I will introduce, then I will stop.
Okay, sir. No problem.
Yeah. Just is it clear, sir?
Clear, sir.
Yeah,
Audible.
fine.
Thank you.
So, yeah. Just a minute. I will stop my videos. So before going to good afternoon to all of you. Myself Suresh, and I'm working assistant professor engineering, Karunya Institute of Technology and Science, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. And before going to start this, what I call this is my title of the presentation: diesel production, performance, and emission characteristics of Argimon Mexicana biodiesel in variable compression ratio CA engine. So just a minute, sir. I will stop my video. Okay. Yeah. So before going to start my presentation, so I'm going to give an elaborate talk on about Argimon Mexicana biodiesel in variable compression ratio CA engine. And this is my outline of the presentation: introduction, research motivation, literature review, inferences from the review of literature, research gap, objective of the research work, methodology, experimental studies, results and discussion, and followed by what we call comparison of emission with standard BS6 and BS4, then conclusion, and also some of the reference. I have referred so many journals. It can be useful for those who are doing related not only biodiesel with respect to alternative fuels. So like in this presentation, definitely which can be useful for research scholars, those who are doing for alternative fuels, especially for biodiesel. So what I faced lot of problems during my research, and successfully I completed my research also. And these are all the things for motivate those who are doing for research things. And here, so we talk about there are different types of fuels which can be used in IC engine, but why we have been using biodiesel in CA engine? So you know CA engine, compression ignition engine. So especially we are using for what I call diesel engine. So apart from that, the main reason why we are going to use for biodiesel. So these are all the points which has been covered for introduction. Today, automobile industry are focusing on global warming and saving non-renewable sources. And also, 20% of the world energy consumption is taken by the automobile. So this is a what I call important predominant source of the emissions. And third thing, which can be considered most of the things compared to the biodiesel, the rising cost of diesel and the danger caused to the environment has led to the intensive and desperate search for alternative fuels. And also we can see to meet this demand, we should shift to a fuel that is renewable. So there are different types of alternative fuels is there, but mainly we should solve above problem. Definitely we have to use for biodiesel is one of the best solution of those what I call above mentioned problems. And next, also biodiesel could be produced from edible and non. That depends upon the sources of the selection materials and also availability of the equipments, all those things. But the plant is selected on the basis of FFA. FFA is nothing but free fatty acid. If free fatty acid more means what I call yielding of biodiesel is produced less, and also it should contain more viscosity. So that the use of edible oil for the production of biodiesel can lead to food the what I call usage. So therefore, it is essential to search for non-conventional feedstock to reduce the cost of biodiesel. So that point mainly focusing why we are going for non-edible oil compared to the edible oil. We are considered as edible oil, so it has been high free fatty acid, and also this edible oil which can be used for food purpose. So that we are going to use for non-conventional feedstock and also reduce the cost of biodiesel. The next huge consumption of fuel oil is outmatching the supply, so that alternative fuels may be what I call it matching with the properties to the biodiesel. The next, the technical viability of Argimon Mexicana biodiesel in variable compression ratio. What I did in research based on the variable compression ratio, and most of the researchers and what I call scholars, they are doing for constant compression ratio by using different edible and non-edible oil. But what I did in my research, mainly I took for variable compression ratio. So based on the variable compression ratio, what are all got it after the results. So discussed in later. And types of alternative fuels which can be used for other vehicles like medium, heavy, and small duty vehicles. So in India, what is the reason to encourage for the alternative fuels? So like if we talk about in India, world third of oil, and also import 70% of total oil demand. Not only that total oil demand, it has been included 50% of total consumption is utilized by transport sector. So this is a reason we are encouraging for alternative fuels, especially for Indian country. And all the different types of alternative fuels, what we call, which can be used for internal combustion engine, both petrol and diesel engine. Like overall fuels, if you take ethanol and methanol, and biodiesel, LPG, LNG. So liquefied petroleum gas and liquefied natural gas, then CNG, natural gas, biogas, hydrogen fuel cell, electric and hybrid vehicle, solar power vehicle, then synthetic fuels. So these are all the different types of alternative fuels which can be used for internal combustion engine. And main thing, this is not part of my research. If anybody started or you have been doing for biodiesel research project in terms of UG, PG or PhD, the research motivation of this biodiesel EQ. So EQ is nothing but energy, employment and environment. And also biodiesel, it has been produced, give energy cost, then again you can see that environment, employment. So this is what the main research motivation. Also in understand that in diesel or liquid fuels run on internal combustion engine after exhaust stroke. Okay, suction, compression, power, and exhaust stroke. So during the exhaust stroke, all the unwanted gas goes to the ventilation. So and those gas creating more pollution to the environment. Because of more pollution affecting health effect and what they call ozone layer effect, global warming. So to avoid this problem, definitely we need for switching over to biodiesel. So this is a main what I call thought or research motivation of why we are going to use for biodiesel. And next, we are through this Atal program. Even everybody shared for biodiesel definition and advantage, disadvantage. More, I also share some different definition of biodiesel. What are the advantages that we have to use for biodiesel production? Next, what do you mean by biodiesel? So, biodiesel is a name of a clean burning alternative fuels produced from domestic renewable sources, and also biodiesel contains no petroleum, but it can be blended at any diesel to create blend. That means we can use B100 pure biodiesel or 10%, 20%, 30%, because of the blending level we can use. But mainly for this biodiesel, up to B20 is sufficient in engine condition. If you are going to use what I call constant compression ratio engine or variable compression ratio engine, up to B20% is sufficient, because it has been producing more advantage when compared to the other blending. Why we are going to use for that B20, if you take B20, lower level used in current engines without any engine modification. So like engine modification, all of you know about intake system and the exhaust system. So if you talk about the exhaust system, so many components which can be included, like exhaust manifold, catalytic converter, silencer also called as muffler or resonator. After silencer, it has been provided small tailpipe. So that tailpipe, whatever noise coming from the silencer, it can be reduced level of the what I call sound. So this is a main thing which can be considered as a part of the exhaust system. Whereas intake system, all you know that intake manifold, then what I call fuel injector, the next carburetor. Then if you talk about petrol, we talk about the diesel engine injector. So many parts are available for intake. So if we have that B20%, suppose we are going to use in biodiesel CA engine. So these are all the problem maybe happen, like increase the emission. So how to reduce the emission? Because if we have to change any intake system or exhaust system, that is called as engine modification. That's why we are referring up to B20 level. I mean lower level can be used in current engine without any modification. And also B20 is a common, it gives good backup cost and reduce emission, and also B20 gives what I call improves the during cold weather performance. During cold weather performance, that B20 is give some advantages, and also when compared to the B30, B40, B100, materials compatibility is good for B20. The next, biodiesel is made through a chemical process called as transesterification. That also we'll discuss. There are different methods for production which can be used for biodiesel, but among that, transesterification is good, because when we are going to do the transesterification process, two process we can produce. The final one is biodiesel production, next one is soap. That's why you can see whereby the glycerin is separated from the fat or vegetable oil. The process leaves behind two products, one is methyl ester. So when we are going to use in biodiesel in terms of like methanol, that is called as methyl ester. When we are going to add ethanol as alcohol, that oil called as ethyl ester. Finally, it can be produced valuable product like soap and other biodiesel product also. And third one, it is more environment friendly than diesel, and also biodiesel quality is covered by ASTM D6751 and D7467. So you know from ASTM what I call D6751 and 7461. So any idea about ASTM 6751? Why we are going to use for these two things? ASTM 6751 and the ASTM 7467. Can anyone participate? Both are same quality which can be measured for standard by using ASTM method. So why we are going to use these two methods? Any idea? I'm audible. Can anyone? I'm audible.
Yeah, audible. You're audible.
Yeah. So shall I ask some questions for participant? If you agree, I'll ask something. Okay, otherwise I'll move to next slide. So all the things which can be used, or biodiesel quality is governed by two process, that is ASTM D6751 and ASTM 7467, and followed by what do you call next slide. What are all the advantages and disadvantages? This is a must for biodiesel if suppose we are going to use both variable compression ratio or constant compression ratio. Based on the advantages only, we have to predict our results also. Even engine performance, combustion characteristics, and like emission characteristics also. So first one, like reduction in engine emission. So reduction in toxic engine emission. So if what I call in biodiesel contains more oxygen, so that's why reduction in toxic engine emission. And second one, in biodiesel contains no sulfur dioxide emission. If no sulfur dioxide emission means reduction in acid rain problems, and also greater lubricity. This is most important for biodiesel advantage. If we give more lubricity, definitely improved engine performance and engine life also. Then higher flash point of biodiesel. So this higher flash point of biodiesel would give improved safety of operation when compared to the other fuels or other like diesel, petrol, CNG. So biodiesel gives what we call safety of operation because of the higher flash point of the biodiesel. And also we can see some of the disadvantages: non-toxic and biodegradable. Biodiesel is a renewable fuel, and also biodiesel has reduced exhaust emission to diesel fuel, like hydrocarbon, unburned hydrocarbon, then carbon monoxide, then soot, particulate matter, sulfur dioxide. So all the emission, it can be controlled by using biodiesel, especially for variable compression ratio compared to the constant compression ratio. And slightly it has been increasing for NOx emission. So for that reason only, we have to use some method or some additives or some process in biodiesel. If suppose we are going to use variable compression ratio, somehow it can be reduced like NOx emission. So that all we'll discuss in result and discussion. And these are all the things, disadvantages of biodiesel, like higher viscosity, how it has been creating because of the high free fatty acid. So free fatty acid is more, definitely viscosity also increasing. So that's why we should reduce the viscosity, and also we should reduce the FFA level. So we are going to use for non-edible oil. So when compared to the edible oil, this is the most why we are going to use non-edible oil. And edible oil, when compared to other oil, why hormone oil is most suitable for biodiesel. That also we'll discuss in after the literature. And next, lower cloud point and board point and greater engine wear. So all the things, disadvantages of what we call biodiesel. And this is general properties of biodiesel. So like C10 number, already we discussed about advantages and disadvantages, followed by what we call we have to learn about properties of biodiesel and diesel, cetane number, what is the range, and lubricity. So when compared to the diesel, greater lubricity for biodiesel and like biodegradability. So readily biodegrades for biodiesel when compared to the diesel, and oxygen. For biodiesel contain more oxygen when compared to the diesel. If more oxygen during the what we call performance or emission in starting, definitely it would be give more advantages for performance characteristics, emission characteristics, even combustion characteristics. And some of the difference you can see sulfur. So in biodiesel there is no sulfur content. So what we call no sulfur in advantages, no sulfur dioxide emission produced for biodiesel. Then flashpoint, renewable supply. So then production process. So like biodiesel, if we talk about, we can use for chemical reaction method and diesel reaction and fractionation method. So in chemical reaction method, so different method which can be used for biodiesel production, but mainly we are going to use for transesterification process. That is called as chemical reaction. That also will tell what is the production process. And after this, what I call, based on my research, I have gone through some literature paper. So based on the literature paper, what we call main sources like Elsevier and Taylor and Francis, and then Springer. So I have collected some paper. Based on that paper, what they did. So what I have to choose for this arginine oil, especially for variable compression ratio compared to the constant compression ratio. And you can see this slide, number of papers published for edible and non-edible oil. That what we call, these numbers specifically mentioned only SCI index journal like Elsevier, next Taylor and Francis, and then Springer journal. And VCR non-edible oil, 48 papers collected based on the non-edible oil. Those are completed in VCR. And both edible and non-edible oil completed constant compression ratio, number of papers completed 101, and the second one 48. And here you can see this bar graph clearly shows that number of paper published in various types of non-edible oil. So this easily we can understand number of paper published by using non-edible oil in constant compression ratio. So you can see there castor oil by using constant compression ratio. So already it is given here why I am going to choose for variable compression ratio. So because of that, you can see this castor oil 10 research completed, performance, emission, combustion, like that, cotton seed oil, then fish oil, jatropha, waste cooking oil, karanja oil, rubber seed oil, even argimone oil also. Argimone or arjumone. We can call argimone or arjumone, then kokum oil, then vegetable oil. So in constant compression ratio, that argimone oil has been completed by using constant compression ratio 5 papers. Whereas by using variable compression ratio, the same oils, you can see number of paper has been completed: castor oil, cotton seed oil, fish oil, jatropha oil, waste cooking oil, karanja oil, rubber seed oil, kokum oil, vegetable oil. But when compared to the argimone oil and kokum oil, nobody published by using variable compression ratio. And also I did 4 non-edible variable, I did 4 types of oil by using variable compression ratio, and I compared with each and every oil, which oil is best, and also I compared. So that's why this is one part of my work I displayed for argimone oil. Nobody has published by using VCR engine, and kokum oil for using VCR engine. And here you can see what I call. So there are some non-edible vegetable oils are also available in India for sufficient production. Different types of non-edible oil: jatropha oil, karanja oil, mahu oil, rice brown oil, neem, kusam, argimone, kokum, then salt. So in terms of so many non-edible oils also available. When compared to other non-edible oil, why I chosen for Orgimon and Kokum and then salt and the other two non-edible oil. Compared to Jacrobo, Karangia, rice bran, Pusam or Neem, I chosen for Orgimon oil. That free fatty are very low when compared to the other non-edible oil. So that's why I chosen for Orgimon oil for biodiesel production, performance, emission by using variable compression ratio. And also this Orgimon oil by using trans-esterification process, it has been done for single step. Okay, single step means base catalyst process. What do you call? We converted some process, then finally it has been produced final product biodiesel. Some what do you call letters I collected from what do you call journals, authors, title. Then what is the specification? If, for example, if you see that one title performance, emission, and combustion characteristics of variable compression ratio using what we call waste cooking oil in diesel blend. So it was published in Elsevier, one of author. So he was used for like a variable multi-fuel compression ratio engine, maximum power, speed, all those things is there. And blending ratio also taken B20, 40, 60, 80 load dosing. He was used fuel by waste cooking oil, and some of the inferences got from his observation or from his research paper. So easily we can find out when compared to the other blends, it may be optimum blend or optimum compression ratio gives for best results. It has been identified. For constant compression ratio, only we are taking one compression ratio and we are going to take readings, and based on the readings, whether performance improved or emission reduced or combustion characteristics based on the cylinder pressure, then what we call crank angle, everything we have to find. But when we are going to use for constant compression ratio, definitely we have to, when we are going to use for variable compression ratio, definitely we have to achieve, or we know that optimum compression ratio level, it should be give more exact results and also reduce the emission. And this is also some inferences which I took from some journals, followed by what we call Raj and what we call. So he was used common oil and blending ratio. He was used variable compression ratio 14 to 18. Then similar that some other what we call Amar Pandare did for some other like Jacob oil. These are all the blending ratio. So if we go through that literature survey, inferences from that literature survey. So because of that, these inferences, I got it based on the research work has been completed, previous work done for using variable and different oil. So from the above research studies, it is clearly that biodiesel is one of major alternative fuels, both edible, non-edible, and also we can use both constant compression ratio and variable compression ratio. And also it has been identified lower level blends produce less emission and improve engine performance. But thermal efficiency of biodiesel fueled in engine is slightly lesser than the diesel fuel. But some non-edible oil, it gives what I call brake thermal efficiency increase because of the properties of the fuels that may be what I call used. And like third one, you can see few researchers have proved that the need for switching over to variable compression ratio. Why we are going to use for variable compression ratio when compared to the constant compression ratio. So it has been provide better fuel efficiency, up to 30% reduction in fuel consumption, and also better control at peak cylinder pressure when compared to the constant compression ratio. And moreover that when we are going to use multi-fuel engine, definitely the exhaust emission when compared to the fixed compression ratio means that is called as constant compression ratio. When compared to that of a fixed compression ratio means that is called as constant compression ratio. This is the reason we are going to use for variable compression ratio method, specifically CA engine. All of you know why it is called as CA engine, and petrol why it is called as SA. So, and more of that, in diesel engine called as constant pressure, and petrol engine called as constant volume. And so some of inferences, the results from the prior work done clearly demonstrated that lower emission were obtained by usage of biodiesel over diesel. So lower percentage, suppose we are going to use in biodiesel with respect to diesel engine, definitely reduce the emission compared to the what you call NOx. So NOx only, it has been slightly increased. So because of that, increase the peak temperature. Increase the peak temperature so that NOx emission increased for biodiesel as well as diesel also. And also, what you call, it was clearly shown that the VCR engine offers the potential to increase combustion efficiency. If increase the efficiency and reduce the ignition delay, and also what you call good engine performance, and also reduce the fuel economy. If increase the combustion efficiency, that in performance, and reduce the fuel economy when we are going to use for variable compression ratio compared to the constant compression. And also what you call, to conclude the usage of biodiesel in different blended ratio and optimum compression ratio. Okay, so when we are going to use constant compression ratio and variable compression ratio, finally we have to identify optimum compression ratio. What you call, gives the engine performance with minimal nitrous oxide. It may produce less nitrous oxide upon the what you call types of biodiesel available, and particulate matter emission and combustion characteristics of the engine. Move on to this slide. After the inferences, what is the research gap? Why I chosen for this Argimon oil in terms of variable compression ratio? So you can see that from the review of literature, it is observed that biofuel blends are used extensively in Parrot injection engine, and prior demonstrated only lower level blends which produce less emission and improve engine performance. So up to B20, already I told why we are going to use for B20 fuel. So if we give for lower level blend, definitely reduce the emission and also improve the engine performance. We should not change any engine modification. If behind that B20, definitely some engine modification we have to change based on the fuel characteristics. And also you can see that many research studies were conducted in different types of engine with biodiesel prepared from various oil. The effect of parameters of the performance of the engine and emission characteristics has been highlighted so many studies, but apparently very few studies were carried out in a VCR diesel engine. This is also one research gap. So what I call the last one, you can see that even first point, it is also observed that from the bar chart itself I explained, but even though for research gap, it is clearly mentioned that it is also observed that several research had performed the experimental test to assess the production, emission and performance characteristics of the Argimon Mexicana in a fixed compression ratio diesel engine. That means constant compression ratio. But no attempt has been made to evaluate the same in a VCR diesel engine, so that present work is focused on the performance evaluation and the emission characteristics of a VCR diesel engine by using Argimon or Argimon Mexicana biodiesel. Mainly, why I have selected for this Argimon Mexicana oil compared to the other non-edible oil. So I have selected so many journals, I referred those journals, and then after that only I chosen for this Argimon biodiesel available in India. So that the reason locally available, grow with the wild planets, thrives on wasteland, then easy to propagate, so that what we call will great employment opportunity for tribal topological driven and countries also. Not only those things, and also we can see that according to the literature review, many researchers have investigated that the free fatty acid that is most important for biodiesel production. If we go for biodiesel production, mainly we have to concentrate on free fatty acid. So in free fatty acid itself, we have to find viscosity. If more viscosity is there, definitely engine performance will be getting lot of problem and the emission also will be produced high. So that investigated that the free fatty acid of argemone oil biodiesel is very low when compared to other non-edible. So as a result, this could be utilized in reducing biodiesel production cost. When we are going to use other non-edible oil compared to the argemone oil, biodiesel production cost is less because free fatty acid less, and also we have to use single step, that means base catalyst process. So when we are going to use for base catalyst process, production cost is low. And also this is some points which can be covered why we are going to use for argemone mexicana oil. So biodiesel production from argemone mexicana will minimize the trade gap by reducing imported petrol. It will become a channel of income generation for the farmers by selling the seed which is unwanted to the farm. So it may be used for vehicle or it may be useful for farmer also. So many applications which can be used for this type of oil. And also the last one, I already explained what is the main uses of this argemone oil in terms of so many applications, not only for biodiesel productions. And you know, what do you mean by constant compression ratio? I mean compression ratio. So generally you know compression ratio. So there are different definition will be there. If a simple definition talk about compression ratio is nothing but maximum to the minimum cylinder volume. So that maximum cylinder volume and minimum cylinder volume, how it can be recorded based on the movement of the piston, suction to compression, exhaust and power. That means stroke. Stroke is nothing but the piston travels from one dead center to the another dead center. So like TDC to TDC or TDC to PDC. So based on the top dead center, bottom dead center, that is called as TDC, PDC. So TDC is nothing but top dead center, BDC nothing but bottom dead center. So it is applicable for ICE engine working process. So this is a method or definition which can be used for compression ratio, maximum cylinder volume to minimum cylinder volume. So when compared to the constant compression ratio, what is the significance of variable compression ratio? So this variable compression ratio, like different technology to adjust the compression ratio in internal combustion engine while engine is operational. Okay, I think most of the faculties and the participation know what is the working principle of variable compression ratio. But anyhow, so I am sharing this knowledge what I learned. So variable compression ratio is a technology to adjust the compression ratio in internal combustion while the engine is operational. And also we can see the combustion chamber. That means we see combustion chamber altered to meet the power needs to the vehicle. So when compared to the constant compression ratio, in a variable compression ratio gives what we call increased fuel efficiency while under varying loads, and also higher load require lower ratio, and what we call lower load require higher ratio. That may be what we call based on the condition. And also variable compression ratio allow for the volume above the piston at what we call in internal combustion engine itself while engine is operation, we can alter the different methods. So this is needs to be done dynamically in response to the loads and driving demands. And this is what I explained previous slide. So you can see these images like TDC to TDC, the piston movement. So based on the piston movement, we can define that what we call only constant, compression ratio, maximum cylinder volume and minimum cylinder volume. When compared to those things, variable compression ratio is becoming increasingly desirable as oil prices increase, and maybe the car buyers or vehicle buyers have an increased interest in fuel economy. So because of that, if reduce the fuel economy, that would be main advantage for what we call buyer of vehicles like medium duty or heavy duty or light duty also. So what are the disadvantages and what are the advantages? When compared to the constant compression ratio, this is the advantages of variable compression ratio. So the variable compression ratio, we can give the need for switching over to the VCR engine that may be produce what we call better fuel efficiency and also 30% reduction in fuel consumption, and also control what we call better control at peak cylinder pressure during the combustion process and multi-fuel engine. So this is a one paper what we call I have published in Renewable and Sustainable Energy Reviews, which is impact factor of 12.3 something. So based on that advantage, we can see some of the disadvantages of constant compression ratio. So pollution will be more and fuel efficiency is not minimized, power output is reduced. And this is what we call general things. What are the ways? Okay, so general. So if we talk about like there are different methods which can be used for to modify the constant compression. Change the compression ratio. There are different methods which can be used to change the or modify the compression ratio. So here 6 methods are there. First method is moving the cylinder head, variation of combustion chamber volume, variation of piston deck height, and modification of connecting rod geometry. Then moving the crankpin with the crankshaft and moving the crankshaft axis. So only 6 methods which can be used for modify the compression ratio in variable compression engine while engine is operation condition. But in our engine, I mean my engine, what we call, we used for moving the cylinder head. Why? The research engine as a specifically designed for tilting cylinder block arrangement. That means that which enables to the engine vary the compression ratio without disconnecting the engine. So when compared to other method, moving cylinder method without disconnecting the engine and altering the combustion chamber geometry, we can change the what we call compression ratio. So above the cylinder head, it has been provided compression ratio. You can see these images. All of you know about this diagram. So you can change what we call each and every operation done by automatically by using 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So this is a one method which can be modified for variable compression ratio or changing the compression ratio method. And move on to the objectives. So the main objective of this present study, analyze the effect of compression ratio. I mean optimum compression ratio of the biodiesel, and also finding performance and what we call emission characteristics of single cylinder variable compression ratio multi-fuel engine. So multi-fuel engine we use in this Argimon biodiesel. This research purpose. And apart from that, the main objective of research initially this Argimon seed, extraction of the oil from Argimon seed. So this Argimon seed, it is available north side. Even I used for this research work in Pune, Indian Biodiesel Corporation, and also some of the help I contact with ARI, Automotive Research Association of India, Pune. So this is the main objective, extraction of oil from Argimon seed. So after this Argimon seed, to obtain biodiesel using suitable trans-esterification process. So suitable trans-esterification process, what we call, we done for Argimon mexicana oil. After the Argimon mexicana oil, we found that characteristics and characterization of fuel properties, both Argimon and some other non-edible oil, and compare with standard diesel. This is a main objective. and also preparation of test fuels in the form of biodiesel blend and additives. That means biodiesel 10% and 90% of diesel, biodiesel 20% and 80% of diesel. So I took it up to B100 and also I changed compression ratio 14 to 80. And last objective to evaluate the performance and the emission characteristics of the variable compression ratio engine using or produced from Argimon mexicana, what I call methyl ester. If suppose we are going to ethanol as a alcohol in production, that is called as methyl ester. If you using for methyl ester means that is Argimon methyl ester compared with diesel. And this is what I call in this slide clearly shows that project methodology. So what basically we have to select. So based on the literature survey. So after the literature survey, we have to identify the problem definition. So before that literature survey also, we have to identify the problem definition. After problem definition, we have to go through that literature survey. So after literature survey, what is the progress done? Some other non-edible oils. So based on that non-edible oil, so we have to choose for biodiesel selection, then followed by characteristics of the oil like fuel properties, chemical and what do you call it, physical properties, like then trans-esterification of the oil, measurement of the fuel properties. So based on the fuel properties only, it can be determined engine performance as well as the emission characteristics also. The next, blending operation. So blending operation, like if suppose we are going to use like 10%, 20% and 40%, so that also we completed. Operation we used for in testing in variable compression ratio. So after that engine testing, conducting the experiment and followed by record the result and compare with I told. So I chosen 4 different types of non-edible oil, but one non-edible oil only I am going to explain. So here I mentioned that the second also Argimon Mexican oil and Coco Mexican oil, and 2 non-edible oils also we chosen for this research purpose. Then finally conclusion. So based on the conclusion, what is the scope or direction for future work? This is general project methodology. If suppose we are going to carry it out by related to biodiesel production, performance, emission or combustion water. Argimon mexicana or Argimon mexicana. And also some of the participants from Tamil Nadu may be attending this workshop. So for that understanding only, I mentioned that in Tamil font. So like Argimon mexicana is like herbaceous medical plant belonging to the family of Barbaraceae, and mainly it originates from Mexico. But nowadays we can see all over Indian country and even for north side. Okay, right? It has been producing more production when grows up to 1.5 meters height. So in we go for Pune, so there are so many non-edible oil plant and oil also available NGO. So yeah, you know NGO. The next Argimon mexicana, also called as botanical name Mexican poppy. So like this non-Argimon, I mean Argimon fruits can be collected from the Konkan area that is located in Pune. In Pune, so we collected this oil and we did research there itself. So like if you say about the Tamil, if you know anybody in Tamil, like Kurukam Chedi, Kudiyoti Pundu, or like Brahmatandu or Noikad, some names. This is a general thing. And one of the professor, he has completed by using this what we call biodiesel in variable compression ratio. This is 5 to 6 years back. He was used constant compression ratio, and also he was tested real engine life, not for experimentation, real engine life. So he was tested on Magendra Jeep in a blend of 25% with diesel. So what happened? 12 kilometers per liter, and that time, I mean 5 to 6 years back, that time D20% cost around 35 per liter. So this is what happened for this Argimon biodiesel research, And right side you can see everybody saw this what I call Mexican prickly poppy. So it is available all the areas, but especially what I call in north side, most of the areas we can find out that what I call rural area. And production of biodiesel. So here this is most important things. There are different methods of biodiesel production which can be used for biodiesel, but specifically why we have to go for trans-esterification process. That also I will explain. So my research work carried out in IBC, Indian Biodiesel Corporation Pune, as well as AR, Association of India. Different types of biodiesel production which can be used for what I call in biodiesel production. First one, dermal cracking, that called as pyrolysis method, and micro emulsion, dilution. So dilution means direct blending. Then trans-esterification. So when compared to other three methods, especially why we are going to use for trans-esterification method, because of the trans-esterification method advantages when compared to the other methods, like what I call in trans-esterification method required low pressure and temperature, and also biodiesel yield value. Okay, more biodiesel yield value produced by trans-esterification method, and also what I call easy operation, economical, and easy accessibility, and also gives low viscosity. That is main important points when we compare to other method. Why we are going to use for trans-esterification method? Reduction of viscosity. Okay, reduction of viscosity when using the trans-esterification, definitely we can reduce free fatty acid, as well as if reduce the free fatty acid, definitely reduced by viscosity. So this method we can achieve only for trans-esterification. That's why we are preparing for chemical reaction. Chemical reaction are also called as trans-esterification method. How the preparation of the Argemone mexicana methyl ester or Argemone mexicana methyl ester. So like this is one kind of fruits, non-edible oil only. So from that non-edible oil we collected from NGO. So NGO like Indian Oil Biodiesel Corporation, Paramadi in Pune district, Maharashtra. So initially these Argemone mexicana fresh fruits were what we call plugged and dried at a higher temperature. So that means that fruits we have to what we call converted like seed, so that from the seed goes to the fruits. From the fruits we have to use with the help of higher temperature. So we can use some temperature limits. Then the dried fruit and the nut, inside the nut what we call we have to separate it. After which the nut is deshelled and the seed is collected. So from the seed only the raw oil is extracted using sock salt apparatus. So this sock salt apparatus mainly those who are in what I call chemistry process or chemical related people. Through solvent oil extraction method. Through solvent oil extraction method. After converting a fresh fruit seed, some temperature limit we followed. So we got it seed. From the seed we converted the raw oil is extracted using sock salt apparatus through solvent oil extraction method. If we can talk free fatty acid calculation. If we talk about any differences of edible or non-edible oil, we should concentrate on only for free fatty acid. If we concentrate on free fatty acid, so easily we can go through that, like these are all the methods, 4 methods. So directly we have to use trans-esterification method. Even in trans-esterification method, there are 2 methods which can be used: base catalyst, acid catalyst. So if we go for base catalyst, can be used. If we go for acid catalyst, some of the methods which can be used. That means that depends upon the free fatty acid and depends upon the viscosity. So this is a general procedure what I did for this research work. So after converting of the extraction of oil, after converting of extraction of the oil by using soak salt apparatus to find the free fatty acid. This determining the free fatty acid value would decide whether the esterification process required or not. So I told trans-esterification and esterification. If trans-esterification means only single step we have to do the biodiesel production. When we use for esterification means we have to do for 2 times. I mean 2-step trans-esterification process. And also how to find out the free fatty acid calculation. So just I took 5 gram of oil and 20 ml isopropyl alcohol and 4 drops of NOH in flask, so that required to get FFA value. So that FFA value, it was heated at some temperature limit. Then after it was cooled condition, then we added what I call 2 drops of phenolphthalein indicator in the mixer. So that NOH solution was taken in the burette. So usually we have to measure this FFA what I call calculation by using burette reading. You know, burette reading we have to use for chemistry laboratory. And this is finally what I call we calculated free fatty acid, oleic acid in burette reading, then NOH normality, then weight of the sample given oil. So this is my reading. I took it based on the burette reading and my NOH sample normality and weight of the sample. So when compared to free fatty acid, my oil weight 2.14. If you go above the definitely we have to go for esterification process. If less than 4 minutes, directly we are going to start for trans-esterification process. This is a biodiesel production. This is a biodiesel production. If we go for above 4, I mean free fatty acid, we have to use for esterification process. I mean first trans-esterification and esterification. That means 2-step process. If less than 4 minutes, directly we can go for trans-esterification. That method called as base catalyst. So base catalyst means the only one method we have to follow. And this is a preparation of argemone oil. How we can use again, see the argemone root. You can see these images. From the image we can easily understand from the argemone fruit converted into argemone seed. After the argemone seed, it has been using solvent extraction method. So this solvent extraction method, we added some chemical like already I stated. So this is a method. So based on that method only, we found argemone mexicana raw oil. So raw oil we cannot use directly in IC engine. So if suppose we are going to use raw oil, what I call engine performance and emission, it has been getting low when compared to the diesel engine. So that's why this raw oil directly we used for trans-esterification method. And also you should know there are different types of what I call it, alcohol which can be used for biodiesel production. One is sodium hydroxide, next one is potassium hydroxide. So you know potassium hydroxide and sodium hydroxide. So mainly why KOI is more preference for biodiesel, because it gives high titration oils compared to the NOH. If you give high titration oils, what happens? Lot of soap also we can be produced. That's why we are going to use for trans-esterification method. When compared to other method, trans-esterification method, we can get 2 products. One is biodiesel, next one is soap. That means glycerin. So suppose KOH is added for alcohol, so it is giving high titration oil, make a lot of soap. So when compared to the NOH, so this is a alcohol. For catalyst, mainly we are using for catalyst like methanol, ethanol. So out of which methanol and ethanol, we know that sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, organic sulfuric, ferric sulfate, and then so many things we are going to use for what I call catalyst. So like how biodiesel is formed. So mainly different types of biodiesel from produced vegetable oils, animal fat, yellow grease, or edible or non-edible oil. So this is a methods which can be used for argemone oil by using trans what do you mean by trans-esterification process? So trans-esterification process like both edible and non-edible oil, which is allowed to chemically react with alcohol, either methanol or ethanol. So chemically react with alcohol to reduce the viscosity. If reduce the viscosity, so there are different advantages we can use for internal combustion engine also. And also exchanging the group of organic, like what they call, changing the method, like organic group means alcohol in terms of, I told, what they call, NOH, alcohol in terms of methanol and ethanol, catalyst, NOH, KOH, and so many catalysts we can use. So after that, by using this method, it has been produced, one for biodiesel, next one glycerin. So this is a general, what they call, methods which can be used for any types of biodiesel, both edible and non-edible oils. And this is some of the chemicals used for trans-esterification during this orgimone and other oil also. I chosen 4 different types of non-edible oils. So, just I want to share this slide also. This is cocoa oil. So as a part of cocoa oil, the same procedure I done, but this cocoa oil taken for 2-step catalyst process, because when compared to the orgimone oil, cocoa oil produce more free fatty acid. I mean more than 4. So that's why it has been decided 2-step, like mean acid catalyst process. But orgimone oil only I done for single step. So when compared to the cocoa oil, orgimone oil gives production cost is very less. That also we'll discuss. This general biodiesel production process, extract oil like raw oil. So if raw oil, the next step we can go for FFA level, that means measurement. From that measurement, we have to find out whether it is greater than 4 or less than 4. If less than 4 means directly we can go for trans-esterification process. After trans-esterification process, it may be produce some crude biodiesel. So that crude biodiesel continuously washing, definitely we can get for pure biodiesel with the help of KOH and methanol. If right side you can see more FFA free fatty acid is given, means we should go for esterification. In esterification, definitely we have to use for H2SO4 and methanol also. Then after this esterification, second step trans-esterification, then remaining all steps is similar for what we call base catalyst. So this is what we explained about biodiesel production by using trans-esterification, that means base catalyst, esterification, acid catalyst. So this is only for orgimone oil, what we call in that research we did. So we used methanol and the catalyst, then find out if we give more water, definitely it can be produced separate part biodiesel and glycerin, and finally final product of biodiesel and clean biodiesel we can blend at any level, and separately what we call goes to, I mean converted into water and converted into diesel, I mean biodiesel and glycerin purpose also. That also I will discuss in this slide. So already I discussed that method of oil in this what they call base catalyst or trans-esterification process. So mixing of alcohol. So the proper mixing of alcohol 1:3 or 1:6, that depends upon the oil preparation and the catalyst. So we have to use for KOH or NOH or any alcohol, and after that we have to use for separation process. Then after separation process, biodiesel washing. So why we have to wash for biodiesel? If more viscosity is there, if continuously washing the particular biodiesel, definitely reduce the viscosity. That separation process, the mainly done for trans-esterification itself. Then alcohol removal and separate glycerin. So like soap and final product of petrol. Then product quality. So product quality means once get it final product of biodiesel, we can go for that properties. We have to find this property either matching with diesel. If once match with that properties of diesel and biodiesel, we can mix with what we call blending ratio, and we can use for CA engine, compression ignition engine. And this is trans-esterification process done by what do you call IBC, Indian Biodiesel Corporation, trans-acidification process, biodiesel and glycerin separation. So we have to settle some time or some hours so that it has been formed two different layers. So like what you call one layer is biodiesel, another layer is like water or something. It can be produced final product. So this is washing process carried out 3 times in order to reduce pH value. So the pH value should be less than 7. So the pH value like what you call high sulfuric acid is there or viscosity is more. So we have to reduce this method. So when that the pH value, definitely what we call it, pure biodiesel obtained in the top layer and the water in the what we call bottom layer. And final product of 100% or pure argemone or argemone biodiesel. So next, cost of biodiesel production. So this cost analysis of biodiesel production, when compared to the diesel, and I took it to 4 different types of non-edible oil. Gives less cost. So this is a estimation and cost analysis of argemone or argemone Mexican oil. So you can see different process, raw material process, production cost, recovery process, then finally basic manufacturing cost. So the basic manufacturing cost, it would be around 58.14. That means pure biodiesel. Pure biodiesel 1 liter, some methods. Some method means like we have to use separation, then washing, trans-acidification, mixing of alcohol, then adding NOH, all those things. So that is why I given this slide clearly. What are all the methods I referred? Main estimation, then finally manufacturing cost of 1 liter around 58 rupees when compared to the diesel, which is marginally less than the cost. If what I call nowadays you can see the present cost of diesel, it may be vary for different state. So 75 to 80 or 70 or 75 or whatever may be. So when compared to the present diesel, so this argemone oil 1 liter which can be produced 58 rupees. What I call in internal combustion engine by using what I call in terms of some percentage level. And this is the properties of diesel and the argemone biodiesel. So based on the properties like density, viscosity, calorific value, ash content, some important properties only we covered for this research work. So this research work, what I call, I carried out before 6 years back. So that time only these properties is sufficient. Also performance and emission is sufficient. That's why I didn't go for combustion characteristics also. So like based on the properties, we can what I call correlate with the argemone 5, 10, 20, 35, 50 and 100. So that means blending ratio, I took it 5%, 10%, 20%, 30%, 50%, 100%. And also it should be matching with same or similar property diesel. So we have to mix that biodiesel and we can use for any types of engine, either like CA engine, constant compression ratio or variable compression ratio. This is one which can be easily understand what are the apparatus. So if suppose if you take this, so which apparatus you can use, so hydrometer, specification, and which method we are using. Beginning itself, I told that ASTM 2 methods we are using. So why we are using that 2? So most important, if we talk about viscosity, different methods or different apparatus which can be used, but especially that research we can use. These are all the apparatus and what are all the properties. So these are all the gender can be related. So flash pad in scheme Martin, then CFO engine for C10 viscosity, viscometer, hydrometer. So some properties based on the apparatus measured for this argemone biodiesel. And this is like what I call experimental setup. You can see this experimental setup Generally, you can see first atmospheric air, air filter, diesel fuel, biodiesel loading unit, loading cell, engine speed sensor, smoke meter, all those things. This schematic diagram of the experimental setup, the mainly consists of four-stroke single cylinder research engine. Apex engine. So most of the engines like Legend Brother, Kirloskar, Apex. So I used for this engine Apex engine. In my college, what do you call Legend Brother engine was used. So this setup consists of four-stroke single-cylinder research engine. This is a water-cooled and multi-fuel with VCR with data acquisition. Data acquisition means computerized. So everything will be monitored computerized. We have to use the oil depends upon the load condition and change the compression. The engine was mounted on the bed in the test cell and also the compression ratio. Already I told the compression ratio can be changed without stopping the engine. Okay, without stopping the engine and without altering the combustion chamber. That's why this engine chosen for tilting cylinder block arrangement. That means moving the cylinder head itself. By moving the cylinder head are also called as tilting cylinder block arrangement we used for multi-fuel engine. So and also software used to analyze the online performance of the engine. And this is the experimental setup which carried out in Pune, ARI and IBDC. So compression ratio adjustment, cylinder head, dynamometer, rotometer and fuel level indicator. We used multi-fuel engine. In that particularly for that what you call oil purpose. So research engine, Kirloskar, multi-fuel engine, cylinder speed, length, compression ratio here 12 to 18. So compression ratio changed for 12 to 18, but I used the compression ratio 4 different compression ratio and 5 different blendings. Then swept volume, power, stroke length, connecting rod length, dynamo arm length. Diesel blending. So I have mixed with B5, 10, 20, 50, 100. So 2, 4, 6 blending. So 6 blending mixed with oil, I mean argemone oil plus diesel fuel. So B5 means 5% of oil and 90% of diesel fuel. If 10% means 10% of argemone oil plus 90% of diesel fuel. So B100 means pure biodiesel, any type of biodiesel. So here I used for argemone or argemone mexicana biodiesel, and compression ratio varied from 14 to 16. That means 6 point of evaluation. 6 point of evaluation, and what I call this is some experimental setup which can be carried out. Then last one, the difference in results were within the limits of plus or 1% in all the cases. That means uncertainty analysis also I carried out through this research work. That is also most important. Those who are doing research in alternative fuels or biodiesel also. So come to the result and discussion. So first one, performance parameter. So can anyone know about different types of performance parameter which can be used for internal combustion engine? Audience? Anyone? What are the different parameters which can be used for IC engine? Is it audible? Everyone?
Yes, it is audible.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. So can anyone tell what are all the different performance parameters used for? Yeah. Can anyone? Okay, air fuel ratio, brake power.
Brake power.
Yeah, very good. Only these two things, only performance parameters. There are different types of parameter which can be used for performance, like indicated power. So brake power, indicated power. Okay. So okay. So let us see there. The parameter knocking, that is different. Knocking is not a performance parameter. So like these are all the what we call terms which can be used for performance parameters, mean effective pressure in terms of brake mean effective pressure, indicator mean effective pressure. Then already mentioned people, brake power, frictional power, indicator power, power torque, specific fuel consumption, brake specific fuel consumption, specific energy consumption, brake specific consumption, thermal efficiency, indicated brake thermal efficiency. So may going to use for this research purpose, brake thermal efficiency, mechanical efficiency, volumetric efficiency, air fuel ratio is most important for engine performance as well as emission characteristics also, equivalence ratio, then exhaust temperature. So exhaust temperature is more, definitely NOx emission will be more. So that also we can define for what we call exhaust temperature also. What we call first thing, what we call I choose a different load condition, low load, medium load, high load, but I have presented here high load condition. Even for low load and high load also giving more engine performance and reduce emission also. But what we call why I am given for high load condition, when compared to other two load, it gives more advance and also improve the engine performance. So look at this what we call SFC. So before that SFC, you should know like some what we call common definition. So like the ratio of fuel consumption per unit time to the power developed by the engine. And you can see this figure, the figure shows the variation of SFC in what we call X direction ratio, compression ratio, X direction and Y direction taken for SFC. So clearly shows the variation of SFC for different compression ratio and different blends of biodiesel and diesel. So you look at this, first one is, I think this diamond shape. You can see the top diamond shape is called as diesel and rest of all the blends called as percentage, 5, 10, 20, 30, 100. So when compared to other blends, okay, when compared to 10, 35, 5, 50, 100 and diesel, so AME 20 is slightly lesser than other biodiesel blend and what we call diesel at compression ratio 70. Okay, at compression ratio 70, the AME 20, that means 20% of oil less specific fuel consumption. So because of that, why less fuel consumption? Already I explained that fuel properties, that may be fuel density, viscosity and heating value of the fuels. And also AME 20 has higher energy consumption compared to the biodiesel blend as well as diesel. So that is reduced for CR 17 at compression ratio, then what we call CR 17, I mean compression ratio 17, AME 20 gives better SFC value. And also it can be observed that SFC value decreased by 10% when compared to the diesel. If we talk about diesel, the same compression ratio 0.28, whereas AME 20 0.27. So that little, but 10% of the fuel consumption decrease. And we know that what we call if engine is gives high specific fuel consumption, that means more fuel is required. So it is observed from the literature lesser value of SFC. Okay, if we give lesser value of SFC, definitely reduce the fuel consumption and also increase the performance. And moreover that what we call, when I compared with my result to previous research work carried out, the same compression ratio, but other researchers completed different non-edible oil. My research completed argemone oil. So if you can see the research work carried out by Sivaraman, Krishnan and then Amarnath, then Anand. So shows that SFC value 0.3 kg per kilowatt, then 0.28, 0.32. So concluded that lower SFC leads to increase the efficiency of the engine. And the present engine means my study. So present study at CR 17, SFC 0.27. So which is less one report of the literature. So that is also main significant why I chosen for this argemone oil. but those people also completed like Jacroba, Fungamia, then like Kusam, so many different non-edible oil. And compared to like just so this is break thermal efficiency. The efficiency less compression ratio. So before that, the definition of brake thermal efficiency is nothing but evaluate the engine, transform the thermal energy of the fuel into work. Okay, how efficient the engine. So engine can be predicted, thermal energy converted into useful work. And you can see this figure. So in this figure shows the variation of brake thermal efficiency with different compression ratio for different blend at maximum load. Maximum load means I used here 100% load. So for all the blends, okay, all the blends like 5, 10, 20, 35, 50, 100, when compared to the 100 also, I mean the pure diesel, for all the blends, brake thermal efficiency increase with increase of CR because of that power developed and the decreasing in heat loss. Maybe inside the engine, it may be produce some heat loss, so that decrease the heat loss. And also it has been observed that the brake thermal efficiency of the biodiesel blend, I mean AME 20, is higher for compression ratio 17 when compared to other biodiesel blend. And also you can see when decrease the biodiesel blend, increase the blend percentage because of that lower calorific value and increase the specific fuel consumption. If we go for B 35, 50, and that, so what will happen? It is getting lower calorific value and increase the higher specific fuel consumption. If we go for B 20, so what will happen? Reduce the specific fuel consumption because of that higher calorific value. This is a reason. And also the same results I compared with previous one. So my results nearly 35.5 compared to other results. So it would be better when compared to other non-edible oils. And brake power also we can see in terms of brake power, like what I call chemical into mechanical energy. So from that brake thermal efficiency itself, we can define for brake power also. So based on the brake power, we can see the present power AME 20%. What I call it has been produced more brake power when compression ratio 17. And moreover that what is the reason behind that? So some literature have gone through that. It has mentioned that the reason like some properties what I call chemical energy to mechanical energy, or it may be reduced for viscosity, then fuel density and high cetane number. So that may be happening for brake power increasing at particular AME 21. And this is a case studies like I compare to other research purposes. So like what I call so okay, time is stopped. Okay, so this is emission characteristics. So you know different types of emission characteristics which can be used for different types of what I call polluting. So like you know carbon monoxide, unburned hydrocarbon, NOx, and particulate matter, soot, so many emission produced for diesel, but I chosen for carbon monoxide and hydrocarbon, then NOx. Carbon monoxide also I found that CR17 AME 20 gives better value, and also you can check with the other value, it is very less. So my what I call in this research we got it 0.096 at compression ratio 17 AME 20 when compared to the other blends. Because of that what I call lack of oxygen, then mixer preparation and RPL ratio, then incomplete combustion. So many things only happening. And this is for hydrocarbon emission. This is another emission product that may be produced by the diesel engine. So it may be called for unburned hydrocarbon also. So that is what we call fuel may be completely unburned or burned. That may be happen for mixing of the biodiesel. So if unburned hydrocarbon emission in the exhaust may be decreased with increased amount of biodiesel in the blend, and also inbuilt oxygen. That's why I told biodiesel contain more oxygen. So like if we take these things, definitely what I call longer ignition NOx emission. So NOx emission also we can reduce in AME 20 when compared to the what I call other blending and also diesel. And this is emission standard. So now we are referring for BS6. So this BS6 when compared to BS4, what I call, I have gone through some test procedure and I found that COHCX. So it is matching or related with that BS4 as well as BS6 norms. So we can use this oil in internal combustion engine by some percentage level without engine modification. It is applicable for or meeting the emission standard 4 as well as 6. I use some formulas, the converting ppm to percentage or like some method will be available. And then this and this is paper publication reference related research, and this is leading biodiesel producer worldwide in what I call the status of 2019 what I call in billion liters. So top country Indonesia, USA, Brazil, Germany, France, Argentina, then India also is a part of biodiesel using for what I call in internal combustion engine. Thank you. Sorry for the time taken.
No problem, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
So session is open for questions.
Audience.
From the audience sides.
Participants.
I think there is no question.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Hello. This is Professor Goel from Engineering College, Pori. I am audible?
Yeah, your voice is
audible.
Yeah,
okay.
You can tell.
Okay, please. I want to get some idea. Actually, I am the man of chemistry. I'm not from the mechanical engineering ground. So,
Yeah,
although your presentation is very good, and I got some new concepts related to the biodiesels. There are a few questions, some queries I'm going to ask. One, the cost of biodiesel you are saying is 58 rupees per liter.
Yes.
So, is it not being commercial? Is it commercial in the market or not?
Yeah, it is commercial in the market.
Is it available?
Yeah, it is available. That's why I showed that one of the professor before 5 years back he did for biodiesel by using hormone oil, which is cost around 35 rupees. Even during my research, I did for this other steps procedure. So based on the procedure, I found that when compared to the diesel, the cost is very less.
I think the government initiate the process because the cost of
initiate the process, not for commercial. Initiate the process.
Yeah. Okay. Another thing, is it the Artemon mexicana is also being used in other countries as biodiesel?
Yes. Yeah.
You are using the biodiesel, not for the Artemon mexicana.
That's why I'm telling you. So it can be used only for even I choose all 4 different non-edible oil which can be used for biodiesel.
Okay, one more thing. You are using VCR engines. Is it going to increase the cost of the engine?
That depends upon the what you call
engine, I think the
manufacturer could be decided.
Okay. The last thing you are saying that Artemon mexicana oil is 11,000 ton per year in India.
Sufficient product. Yes. Based on that literature only I have mentioned.
Okay. This is based upon
everything I mentioned based on the literature only. That's why I mentioned names also.
Okay. Thanks a lot. I got the information that I required. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So if any doubt, those who are doing for research, you can contact through my WhatsApp number. You can note down 90.
That I am requesting that the slides should be given to us to the participants. so that we will get the information related to the particular person as well as
Sir, what is the reason?
you are providing that should reach to us.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Suresh.
Yeah, before concluding this remarks, I would like to extend my very special and heartfelt gratitude to Sanjeev sir and the management people for providing me this platform to what we call deliver this talk. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. This is Sunil from Gurukul Kangri University. Sir, give a very good lecture on biodiesel produced from Ergomen Mexican. Starting with the overview of biodiesel, then advantages and disadvantages of biodiesel. After that, sir enlightened the literature review on different type of biodiesels and comparison of Ergomen Mexican with other non-edible oils. And after that, compression ratio, detail of compression ratio of engines, detail of Ergomen Mexican oils converted into biodiesels. Then at the end, performance and emissions of biodiesel on variable compression ratio on diesel engine. And I think lecture is very fruitful. And thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
We will. Yes, sir. Hello. So we will meet again at 2:30 on the same platform. Thank you all.
Dr. Sunil, I think you don't have mentioned the feedback form for this session.
For this session, feedback form, sir, or
not available.
Yes, sir.
We will share it within 5 minutes. Kindly be connected for 5 minutes.
We already shared it, sir. More than 50 participants filled it. I will share it link again, sir.
Dear all, thank you for being associated with us. So this is the time for taking a lunch break, and I request to all that the next session will start at 2:30. So kindly be connected with us 10 minutes before 2:30. Thank you all. Thank you very much.